I'd now like to introduce Kathleen McGilvery. She is the head of the Hawaii Island YWCA, and I think she's going to tell us a little bit more about some of the things that's going on right now with the YWCA. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you so much, Sherry. And thank you, every single one of you, for coming. Thank you mostly for Dr. Dolan and Mitch. Thank you so much. This is an opportunity for us to talk a little bit about our mission as we talk about these two remarkable people. So we really appreciate the fact that you were able to join us. It makes an incredible difference, and we are so pleased that you are here. I'm so honored to be a part of the YWCA at Hawaii Island, and I'm humbled to be able to honor these two amazing honorees. I'm proud of the legacy of the YWCA. Starting in 1919, we're almost 100 years young, and we're going to continue in this amazing community for many years. We serve programs island-wide. We served over 3,000 people last year. Families, and it is for every woman, but the YWCA serves men and women in all of our programs, with the exception of with sexual assault. We are predominantly women, but it is not because it's exclusive. It's because it is a crime mostly that women will face. So, but we have equal gender representation in all of our programs, from our developmental preschool to our teen court, which helps adjudicated youth make better choices and move on, and also our Healthy Start program, which helps young families learn about their new babies in 0 to 3 years old. Gives them a chance and a coach that comes, and a mentor that comes to the family's home, talks about what their lives and dreams are, helps them plan, helps them to address developmental issues that they might need to address, and make a better family bonding with children. So it's an incredible program, and the families that work with that, all of the families that are in that program, they get this coaching on a weekly basis. Some of the things that they say are one of our workers the other day, I was talking about Healthy Start, and she said that she was so amazed by meeting up with one of her first families. Now, this worker has worked for us for almost darn near 20 years, I think. And she said she met this woman that she had and used to go and visit her home, and they go into all sorts of places out in the middle of nowhere. They'll go out into remote areas or in town, and the mother was a very young mother who had a much older partner, about 15 years older. And the mother had dropped out of school and was not going to continue to pursue her education. And she had 3 children. And when her worker was talking to her many, many years later and asking her, how are things doing? She said she was so moved because this woman had said, if it wasn't for you, my children would not have graduated. I'm so grateful that the YWCA came into my life. Healthy Start was in my life because all of her children have graduated, and she became an advocate for education. It wasn't a value that her partner shared, but she advocated for their education, and that will make an incredible difference for her life and for the lives of her children. And we have hundreds of families that we've helped and we've worked with over the 30 years that Healthy Start has been in existence. But it's so amazing to know that those kinds of things happen. We meet children in our preschool who had their first singing experiences. I know of people who have taught at our preschool and have gone on to do many other things. But it's really great to know that our developmental preschool is a top quality education. It's the only accredited preschool that our children can attend, no matter your background. It's not a private preschool, and it's not it's available for anyone. And our accreditation and our professional teachers are continuously looking for improvement, going for their own education, because we take education very seriously. It is a profession, and we want to make sure that these children are starting out with the very best start in life, because if they have a great start in life, they will go on to have higher graduation rates, higher employment rates, and more success in life. So that's for our preschool. I'm so proud that a person who's been sexually assaulted can find healing at the YWCA. We have a victims panel today going on. We have a couple of people who are proud to stand up and say that they have gone through the pain of sexual assault, and they are using that opportunity to talk to people who are first responders and prosecutors and others. They're using that opportunity to talk to them about what their experience was, and how important it was for them to have someone that believed in them, heard their story, and didn't ask any kinds of questions, but first and foremost said, "I believe you. I'm so sorry that happened to you. How can I help?" And those stories are all around, and we have a couple of folks that are going to be talking about that and how they moved from victim to survivor as they went through their healing journey with sex assault. One of the people that we talked to has been suffering from with sex assault. There can be it can take a long time for somebody to come and get help. It took one woman almost 20 years to find us. But with intense psychotherapy, she started to feel validated and normalized. Her healing journey continued. She calls our services a lifeline. And she says she would have killed herself without treatment with our therapist, Roxy. So it's amazing. With over 3,000 people every year, and sex assault does touch every one of our families, but most of us don't talk about it. It's not like a car crash where we can say that. So thank you very much, because your presence here today, your support of the YWCA makes a difference in the lives of each one of those people. If you would like to join us in supporting the sex assault programs and what they do, we have a great program, and people ask me all the time, well, what about men? How do men get more involved? So if you're a man who wants to be more involved, or a woman who knows a man who wants to be more involved, we have Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. So please write that down, October 28th. It's a great opportunity for men to take a stand against violence, and we would love to have you attend. We walk a mile, proverbially, in women's shoes. It's a really fun event, and it's a funner way to talk about this kind of issue. Decorated shoes, it's a contest. Consider having a team. Rotary's had teams before. Hawaii Electric Light has had teams before. We want to see you there. So it's a great time, October 28th. I want to recognize our Remarkable Persons Committees for their hard work in putting today's event together. Our co-chairs this year are Ruth Ohata and Elise Martin. Elise, unfortunately, is on the mainland today, but Ruth, could you stand? And your committee as well. And Andy Kahili is hiding behind here, who does a tremendous amount of work on this and so much for our organization. And there are several YWCA board members and former board members here today. I would like them to rise just for a moment so we can acknowledge them. Board members and former board members. So Andy is our program director for Healthy Start and Enhanced Healthy Start, and our community relations events officer. He puts together our programs and does all of these outreach. You see him in the community doing lots of work, and thank you for the beautiful slideshow. Also, Naomi Uemura was taking your tickets, and Jen Ka'a'a, but both of them are outside yet still, sorry. I'd like to thank Sherry Bracken, our fabulous MC. Alexandra, thank you so much for being here. Ilihia for doing our blessing. I think he had to step out a little bit earlier. And Bonnie, where's Bonnie? Bonnie's around. Thank you so much for the entertainment. Silent auction, thank you very much for bidding. Any of the recipients, if you were lucky enough to be a silent auction winner, will have something posted outside as you leave. There'll be a piece of paper on an easel and you'll be able to see your names. Thank you very much. And I want to acknowledge the Hilo Hawaiian for their fabulous hosting of this event. Thank you to our staff. I told Kealoha, I think I have lunch with him more often than anyone I know. Our platinum sponsors, the Family Medicine Center and KTA Superstores. All of our gold and silver sponsors. And thank you very much, Dave Corrigan, for coming and filming. You folks, we might all be famous, and it's great because that way Noriko can actually see the event. And thank you all for attending. We couldn't do it without you, and we try to get you out here right on time. So thank you very, very much. We hope you had a wonderful day, and we certainly have. Thank you very much.